Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragonball Nation. Now today I'm doing my Dragon Ball Super review for episode 4. And this episode, to be quite honest, nothing happened really. So this is going to be a shorter review. It's kind of similar to the way episode 3 was presented. So we didn't really see much new necessarily. There were some slower points and there were some a little bit higher points, nothing too special about it. This is centered around Pilaf and his gang, of course, as the title suggests. They are in it a little bit less than you would have expected, but they are in it for a decent amount of the episode. I think I've heard a lot of people saying that they aren't really in it much at all. I think they're in it for a pretty good amount. There are some funny bits with them on an island looking for the Dragon Balls, and of course, they have some things happen and you know, all of these jokes and stuff ensue. I'm not going to spoil too much here, but it's a pretty lighthearted episode again. They really seem to be stretching this whole Battle of Gods arc that they've been doing because this takes place on Bulma's ship in this episode for the most part. And, you know, Trunks basically does a reenactment of the Battle of Gods scene where he's showing the prizes for the bingo tournament. And of course, Bulma's upset that Goku as well as Vegeta are not at the party. Vegeta wants nothing to do with it. He's still training. But Vegeta's character is definitely different than what he was in Battle of Gods. His character personality and traits are very different from what they were in the Battle of Gods film, which is something interesting, and there may be a discussion to be had there, just to go off of Vegeta's character, how it's being developed from now on, because it's very different from what we saw in Battle of Gods, as I said, and to an extent, even the end of the Buu saga, before the 10-year gap after the demise of Kid Buu, Vegeta seemed he should have changed at that point. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I like this version of Vegeta better, I always did, but it did make sense for his character arc to progress to what he was at the end of the 10-year gap. That's just my thoughts, but not a lot happened here, guys. It's a pretty good episode here, but I don't want to stretch this review off for too long. I know it's going to be a short one. But really nothing did happen. We do see a little bit more Roshi, but it's very, very light stuff. But really nothing did happen. We just get some focus on Pilaf. Really is nothing to really comment on. But I did enjoy this episode even though really nothing happened. It was just basically the start of basically the whole retelling of Battle of Gods. And it does seem like they are going to stretch this arc on for a pretty long time, which is a little disappointing. To see that they're stretching it out for that long, but hopefully they can keep it interesting. I'm kind of waiting for some action bits to come up, but next episode, Goku and Beerus will start fighting, which, by the look of the preview, it looks like the fight's going to be a bit more evenly matched. Not exactly evenly matched, but it looks like Goku's going to put up a better fight against Beerus. Still getting his butt kicked, but does seem to be putting up a better fight. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much the review. I did enjoy this episode. I still feel that episode 2 was probably one of the weaker ones, but I think episode 3 was the weakest of the bunch necessarily. So this being I would say the second weakest episode of the 4 that we've seen. Still decent enough. I am a little bit disappointed with these last 2 episodes a bit, guys. I know I'm going to get dislikes for saying that from a bunch of people, even though I'm sure a lot of people agree as well, but that's just my opinion. I still think this series has great potential. It's just about when it's going to start kicking off. But we do need to start seeing some more interesting things. We even see a lack of Beerus and Whis in this episode. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for the review. There really isn't a whole lot to say. But I'd like to thank you all for watching this episode review. And I'll catch you later.